Hello Leo, how are you? Welcome to your February 2017 Love and General Tarot card readings. Welcome to Bali. I just got here from Tokyo, so I have half the readings. They look different, so if you're wondering why, that's why. Okay, let's go ahead and get started, Leo, for your love reading. My hands are feeling super sore, so shuffling is a little bit challenging. Okay, Leo. Devil reversed. 8 of Cups. 6 of Wands reversed. 2 of Wands reversed. King of Pentacles. The Lovers. Queen of Pentacles. 6 of Cups. And Temperance. It's definitely, I feel as though there is a very, very strong desire to let something go. Very, very strong desire to, for some of you, maybe even be leaving someone or, leaving a relationship, a divorce, something like that. Others of you may just be leaving someone that you've been kind of hung up on for a while, and, you're definitely in this process of moving on, okay? And I feel as though it's kind of with a little bit of sadness, not with a sense of victory, in that we have victory in reverse. I feel as though there's a sense of defeat as well. Like maybe someone, like I said, for some of those of you who are moving on from someone that you just couldn't have a relationship with, or for whatever reason it just wasn't working or jiving, right? It's not that you want to leave, it's that maybe for many reasons you have to leave, feeling making you feel sad and lost as well. A little bit lost and a little bit confused and a little bit with a sense of, sorry, that glare, trying to figure out how to do it with no glare, how to do it with a sense of, like, I feel as though there was some purpose in this situation or in this relationship, okay? Definitely an element of chemistry here, okay? We have the Lovers. Whenever we have the Lovers and the Devil together, because they can kind of be one and of the same. They can both be elements of temptation. They can both be elements of seduction, okay? But the Lovers can lean a little bit more toward that idea of choice as well. This choice being, should I stay or should I go? Many of you deciding to leave something behind and move on. But it's with an, like I say, it's with an air of sadness. It's with an air of, because I feel that there's a connection between the two of you, right? I feel that this is, actually I'm not really sure, although I feel that we have the King and Queen of Pentacles. So there's a connection there that might be a little bit inexplainable or inexplicable, where you have a certain understanding of one another, you kind of get where the other person is coming from. Let me move these cards up a little bit so you can see. Sorry about that. I know it's not the best angle. But that there is some greater purpose, which might make it one of the reasons harder, right? One of the reasons why it's harder for you to move on. Because I think that you really did have something, or you do have something. Now, if you're married and you're not getting divorced, right? This can very much be an issue or something that has been kind of hanging you guys up. Well, this could be you leaving the issue alone, deciding, okay, you know what? It's not worth the fight. It's not worth talking, and it's not worth the energy that it has taken. So I'm really going to just move on, even though I feel like I have lost, or even though I feel like I've, been defeated. And then, but once you're there, it's kind of like, well, now what? Because now maybe you have a partner, or again, maybe you did leave someone, and there is still someone in your life. I don't necessarily see this person completely being out of your life, because we have the Six of Cups here. I'm feeling like these cups are the same as the Eight of Cups, right? The things that you left behind, or the things that you thought you would have left behind. But here they are again. It's kind of like, once you accept that you cannot win something, you cannot have someone, you cannot have what you want from them, and you decide to move on, it's almost as though it comes back in a sweeter way, in a more welcome way as well. I kind of am getting, I don't feel that this is you, Leo. I don't know why. I feel that this is someone that is a little bit indifferent to what's going on. Someone that might be oblivious to how you feel about something. Maybe there hasn't even been a conversation yet, right? Some of you, maybe this person doesn't even know how you feel, and yet you feel very connected with them. You feel, literally chemically connected with them, with the devil and the lovers here. And I was having an interesting conversation with someone yesterday, and we were talking about manifestation. And maybe this is a concept you've heard, maybe it's not, but it's almost as though every thought that we have, that we project out into the universe, is sort of like, if you think of it as having a string attached to it, and almost as though you are like fishing and you throw the line out. Well, every thought that you have is sort of casting this line out. You have millions and millions and millions of these lines, all these thoughts that we have every single day. It's kind of bound to sort of manifest itself in some way. And I feel like that's kind of what's happening, is there's some manifestation of some wish or some dream that you kind of have waited for a long time for and given up on. So you give up on it, and you make that difficult choice regardless of the way that you genuinely feel, that maybe you feel that this person, you really could have something special with them, or you really could have a new direction together, and you could do something really great together. But you give up, and then I feel like it kind of comes back. Like something resurfaces, they reach back out to you, right? Because at that point you are connected in some way, all right? I think your thoughts are maybe a little bit messy right now, because we have the Two of Wands in the reversal. You aren't necessarily being very clear about your direction, and it is in this fuzziness, or it is in this state of confusion almost, that you find a sense of peace. I hope that makes sense, because we have Temperance here. Temperance is balance and moderation, and maybe this was too much. Maybe you were too attracted to this person, and you didn't really have concrete reasons as to why. Or maybe you believed in something too much and you didn't really have concrete reason as to why. It was just a very, very passionate feeling, a very passionate experience, and one that I think you knew, or that wasn't right or that didn't fit, one that you had to move away from because it's almost as though it couldn't ever be what it was supposed to be because of the intensity, I guess. The intensity of passion, because how can you have something real when you have this intense passion? Okay, it's usually one way or the other. And if it's one-sided, if you were the only one feeling this intense passion, then, how could it possibly be or move into that next realm, right? It's too lopsided. You caring much more than they are caring. And I do feel that it is more coming from you because this is you, the devil reversed, but you're letting it go. And in some way, I feel like it kind of reverses what happens. And this is the balancing act, and at least this is in the right side position, outweighing the weight of the devil, overshadowing the darkness of the devil. And maybe you and your partner, or you and this person that you're interested, maybe you meet somewhere in the middle. You reach some middle ground. Maybe you come together again, but in a more peaceful way, because this is not peaceful. This is emotional upheaval and emotional chaos, right? Which I'm an advocate for chaos. I think chaos is natural and I think it's normal. But it's also nice to have things be a lot more calm and make a lot more sense and to be more equal, and I think it will. I think in some ways it will be more equal. Because I see something special here. I don't usually get a king and queen of the same suit unless there is compatibility. Hold on. I'm not going to take these because a whole bunch fell out. Okay. And we have the Nine of Cups. It's very important for you to get to a place of comfort, emotional comfort. Okay, so you're leaving the 8 behind to attain the 9. And it looks like you do. I think what needs to happen is emotional stability. Because whatever is going on in your relationship, whatever is going on with this person, this apple of your eye, it's not stable. And I see the recognition of that. You being a very practical energy, coming out as an earth energy actually, and being a little bit more slow moving and having the ability to suppress the passion for the sake of realism. And I'm not saying you have to be boring. I'm not saying you have to be, that you can't have passion. It's just that the whole relationship can't be about the passion, right? I think many of us have had those relationships where it's purely physical, and we all know that they don't last that long, and there needs to be more. And I think you have someone with whom you can have more, but you need to get yourself to a place of emotional security, emotional stability, where you are fine on your own, you are fine without them, or if this is your husband or wife, you are fine without winning this issue. You don't need to win everything. You don't need to win this issue to have that confidence, okay? So let's go ahead and move on into the general reading. I've already prepped this deck as well. Okay, in general, for Leo. Six of Swords popped out. King of Wands reversed. High Priestess reversed. Sorry if you can hear the roosters. Chariot. Ace of Wands. Two of Cups. The Sun. King of Swords. And the Seven of Wands. Okay, so again, now you might have had a period of time this month in January where things felt like incredibly overwhelming, or things felt really, really stuck. And I think now you're starting to feel the flow a little bit. You're starting to feel that things are moving on. You certainly are moving on. Some of you may even be physically moving in some way, okay? In work, you may be transitioning from one branch to another, or one location to another. Some of you may even be taking vacations, okay? Especially after, it's still winter, right? So some of you may be heading somewhere a little bit warmer. And I think some of you are, like I said before, feeling this depletion, or feeling this like stuck energy. And a little bit resistant to change as well. A little resistant to change, and a little bit skeptical of what the results are going to be. I feel as though there's a little bit of a blockage with you in terms of your intuition. We have the High Priestess in reverse, where yes, your intuition is speaking to you, and I think in some way you know the way you feel, but it's very, very hard, I think, for you to give it credit, or to give it enough weight, and to allow it to be something that you incorporate into your life, something that you can, really accept. Because we have the Chariot right there, and what's right on top of the Two of Wands in the reversal, and we have the Seven of Wands here. There's an element of working against yourself, an element of people working against you, right? It could be a work scenario, right, where you feel like, yes, you really need to leave, or yes, you really need to get some project, or to get a certain assignment or something like that. And yet situations and circumstances are just not quite aligning up properly. I think a lot of your focus is on love, okay? And it's kind of seeping into other areas of your life. Because your love life might not be in complete harmony and in complete sync, and where your ego may have taken a little bit of a blow. So you're second guessing yourself, you're second guessing things, you're second guessing the way you feel about things. And you're also second guessing your ability to really do things, which is not needed. It's not needed. But I feel as though there is an intense desire, okay, because we're getting the Two of Cups on top of the Lovers, which I love this combination for you. Like I said, in terms of love, this is a wonderful combination where maybe the choice that you made to leave someone behind, or to forget something, maybe forgive and forget, or at least try, is kind of coming back around, circling back around, and kind of giving you a little bit of a surprise. We have the Ace of Wands. This person may present you with an opportunity, right? Maybe travel, maybe you take a trip together, maybe they come to see you if they're long distance, maybe there's or you go do something fun, you go do something that's out of the ordinary, all right? And it kind of like brings you together in a very unexpected way. And I feel an overwhelming joy about you. Okay, now this is supposed to be a general reading. Joy in your life, joy and happiness and victory and success really allows you to be more optimistic in all areas of your life. So while there may be tension and while there may feel like there's kind of a little bit of a brick wall in some parts of your life, especially in work and career, okay, because that's always such a huge chunk of our life. If you feel like there's not a lot of movement or there won't be a lot of movement, just wait, because movement is coming, and it probably will be more near the end of the month where you start seeing things maybe kind of coming together, okay? Plans being made, reconnections happening in some way, making amends, those types of things. We have the King of Swords as well. Kind of feeling as though this is you, and this is maybe this person, the person that you're meant to make amends with, someone that you moved away from. Now, I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, okay, because we are getting the Seven of Wands here. I'm not going to say it's going to be entirely easy and that it's going to come to you like, excuse me, I was eating almonds. It's not going to come to you like snapping your fingers and all of a sudden all this stuff starts happening. I think there are in fact hurdles for this reconnection to happen, and there are hurdles that must be, when you jump the hurdles, you must jump them, you must make your way through the hurdles in order to really realize or actualize this happiness. But I'm sensing elation, okay, and being elevated and being, the word bliss is coming to my mind. I think you'll be very surprised. I really, really do. Okay, and then we have the Hermit. Okay, well, that's good because it makes sense that you were kind of feeling conflicted and lost, okay, not sure which way to go. Like I said, even if you just had a project where there was something that you needed to do to create value for yourself and, for who you are in your job, in your organization or whatever, creating value, sometimes you don't really know what you can do to create that value. And I think that opportunity in particular will arise. How can you make yourself more known? How can you make yourself more relevant, more important? You are going to have to do the work, okay? Or you are going to have to fight for this placement a little bit. But that opportunity will arise. And I think things are going to start shaping themselves in ways that you probably don't really understand, or you can't foresee at this point in time. But it is going to spiral you into this hermit process. And I love the hermit process, and we always go through it. We go through it many, many times throughout our lives. And it's an opportunity for you to readjust and to realign and to reset your expectations. Not your expectations of others, but your expectations for yourself. Because I think with this disappointment and this ego blow that you went through up here in love, or this sense of defeat, okay, it's throwing you off kilter. You're not really so sharp, and you're resisting change, and you're resisting progress in a way. And so this allows you, I think, to reshape your future in a way that will make space. I think for many of you, will make space for someone else. If you're single, it's very likely that a relationship might blossom this month. If you are married, it's very likely that you two will sort of reconnect or kind of like what's the word? Renew your vow type of thing. I'm not saying you're all going to do a ceremony or anything like that, but that there will be a moment that you will have the chance to connect. Okay, to connect and to rekindle in a way, and to just to reaffirm in one another that you truly love each other and that you're truly there to make this relationship work. Okay, that's what Two of Cups is all about. It's about two minds coming together, two hearts coming together, and reaffirming love. Okay? Very much about love, I think. I was having a hard time tying it into other areas, but it's so much about love that I don't think that I think it would do it disjustice. Okay? So, yes, I will let you go with that. Thank you so much, Leo, for being here, and I will see you next month. Bye.